can you make a mask out of ramen noodles? There have been times in my life where I've wanted to wear a mask, and I didn't have any idea how to make one or even what one felt like in my hands. Once upon a time, when I lived in Eugene, Oregon, I, a native of Boulder, Colorado, and once the fastest high school female distance runner in U.S. history, was trying to find myself, which is an ongoing process, at age 49. And I was loving my life in Eugene, where I went to school for college, and trying to figure out, how do I keep a professional running career going and be fully who I am? And I go to a talk on campus about the history of the CCC, the Conservation Corps, the conscientious objectors during the Vietnam War. And I meet this amazing woman who's asking for volunteers to help feed and nurture and maybe walk with the peace marchers who are walking across the country to end nuclear disarmament. And I jump up and I say, I want to be a part of this. So all of a sudden I'm swept up in this band of people who are supporting a Japanese nun and her fellow nuns who are harboring a flame that they are committed to not letting go out for an entire walk from the western coast of the United States to Washington, D.C. And it's blowing rain sideways, and trees are falling down, and we have to drive from Eugene up to a little church on the side of Highway 99 between Eugene and Corvallis to feed these walkers. And I sit in a dimly lit church because the electricity has gone out, and sit on the floor with Native people and the Japanese nuns and their contingent, and people from the roadside that are just joining the walk. And I meet a Native man named Tom, and he has come all the way from the East Coast to walk with these people. And I decide in that moment, I'm going to fly home to Boulder when they walk through Boulder, because they're going to go to Rocky Flats, and that's part of their journey. This is in 2003. And I get a plane ticket, and I'm full of excitement. I don't really have the money, but I get a plane ticket because I'm excited to return to Boulder, where I'm going to do something that's not related to running, that's about something bigger than I am, and that is filling me with passion. So I come, and we do a prayer circle at the Boulder Public Library down by the creek, and I had to get home to work, so I didn't even get to join them to Rocky Flats, but I was here when they were in Boulder, and I flew back to Eugene. And fast forward a couple of years, I am working in Massachusetts, and I connect with this man, Tom, that I made a connection with. And again, still trying to find myself, and working at Wellesley College as an assistant track coach, and living in this little town outside of Wellesley. And I have this man over for dinner. And he lives somewhere in the woods on the East Coast. I never really understood where. And he says, I would like you to deliver this mask to Japan, because I had made a U.S. team, an Ekiden team, and I was going to go to Japan. And he gives me this mask and says, I want you to deliver this to my friend Yoshi in Yokohama. And I actually made the team as an alternate. And so once again, I have a mission that is bigger than running on this running trip. And I go on the trip very organized, lots of rules. You're not supposed to leave the hotel. And I'm in Yokohama, and I sneak out. And I run to the subway in the dark, and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know the language. And I look for anyone with white skin that I could talk to that might know my language. And I see this woman, and she's Scottish. And she tells me what subway to get on to get to a ramen house in this little section of Yokohama. And I feel like I'm really traveling, and I've done a lot of traveling, and it was always through running. And so I get on the subway, and I meet Yoshi in this little ramen house, and I crawl into this, through these little curtains, and I'm sitting at this bar, and with Yoshi, and he talks to the bartender, and he explains in Japanese why this girl is sitting in here. And this old lady with no teeth starts laughing, and she says, I said, what's she saying? And he said, she says, why do you run? Life is hard enough. I gave the mask to Yoshi, and it was a symbol for what is yet to come.